Oh, yes. They define for the purposes of this section, the term responsible official means a person designated pursuant to subsection A of this section to perform the functions of a responsible official under section. And two, the term victim means a person that has suffered direct, physical, emotional, or pecuniary harm as a result of the commission of a crime, including A, in the case of a victim that is not, that is an institutional entity, an authorized representative of the entity. Case of victim who is under 18 years of age, incompetent, incapacitated. Yes. A deceased, one of the following in order of preference: a spouse, a legal guardian, a person, a parent, a child, a sibling, a mother, family member, so on and so forth. Yes, difficult to see that, but it seems that the responsible persons, yes, I know. What? Oh, you mean those that are government employees? Yes. That have a sheriff's manual? Yes. I'm going to have to turn the brightness up on this. I just couldn't read it. Why don't you get me all these responsible persons? Yes. And it looks to me like, oh, look at this. Suffered direct physical, emotional, pecuniary harm. Now, I had told you about my five sons? Yes. hmm And you said that you could issue court orders without any notice or opportunity to be heard. But any victim would say, I have the right to be heard. Now, you would think that the respondent in every court hearing, yes, would always have the right to reasonable notice and the opportunity to be heard. But you issued court orders in 2011 where I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington. Now, if I use the definition of the Victims' Bill of Rights and what the rights of the victims are, you would think I'd have more rights as the respondent, yes, or the defendant, yes, until I was proven guilty. Pow, pow, pow. Now, why don't you get me all these responsible persons? A response means a person designated. That would be every sheriff. Yes, it would. It'd be every police officer. Yep. Those that are attorneys. Oh my gosh. Those that are judges and justices. Pooh. Now, I put a approved stamp here. Yes. Now, 3771's definition of a victim, yes, yes. It's one of these: a person directly and proximately harmed as a result of a commission of offense for which restitution may be ordered. They made an adjustment to it that fraud is actually included. Yeah. Used to forgery? Yes. The fraudulent use of the state court seal? Yes. Well, I happen to fit section 3771's definition of a victim. Oh! Now, defines a victim as a person directly and proximately harmed as a result of the commission of the offense of issuing court orders where I was never given any actual notice or opportunity to be heard. Pouch! And you said, ouch, is more expansive. Yes, it encompasses all federal crimes and those of the District of Columbia. You remember when I emailed the police department in the District of Columbia? Yeah. All those employees of the federal government, Pooch, the residents of the District of Columbia, pow, 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 pow. They specifically include the District of Columbia for a very good reason. Now, I'm the victim, Pooch. Section 363 and 63 is these differences notwithstanding, the court seem likely to consult with their experience under the restitution statutes when construing section 3771's definition of victim. Yeah. Now, I've documented fraud. A lot of it. Yep. A lot of forgeries considered victims for purposes of the restitution statutes. The loss must be directly and proximately caused by the offense. Yes. This means, first, restitution should not be ordered in respect to a loss which would not have occurred regardless of the defendant's conduct. Losses that are not direct. Second, even if but for causation is acceptable theory, limitless but for causation is not. Restitution should not lie if the conduct underlying the offense of the conviction is too far removed, either factually or temporarily, from the loss. These losses that I've suffered for 7 years and 3 months, yes. I told you I did 7 hours of parenting classes, and Heidi ran into the court and said, "Oh, issue a protection order." Now, I've had loss of my parenting rights, yes, custody rights. I've had loss of the use of the actual court system, yes. These are real losses, factually documented, yes. They're in the billions, pooch. And you decided that you wouldn't enforce the requiremms of the sheriff's manual, the clearly established rights of citizens. You decided you wouldn't enforce the court rules, Snohomish County, Spokane County. You wouldn't enforce the reasonable notice and the opportunity to be heard before issuing dissolutions of marriage. Yes. Now, when I look at all the documented fraud, because I had lots of videos about that, these restitution clauses means that each and every state of the United States owes me billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. And as a victim, I'm going to... Yep, that's what it means. Now, you thought that this was a joke, didn't you, Coach? In fact, the fraud of using an image of my sister in a Rotarian newsletter. I'm wanting to speak to Maryland today, and there's some lawsuits that I've been wanting to file. And as the victim, yes. As the witness of all the documented crime, yes. And as the informant that did inform the District of fucking Columbia right now